what's the purpose?
Because I want to film.
Okay. Obviously, when we see people filming outside, we get a little bit worried.
Yes.
There's terrorism, things like that.
Okay, so
That's
you're calling me a terrorist?
I'm asking your purpose.
Okay, well then can you tell me then the last time when a police station was actually hit by a terrorist?
A cop tries to link a simple camera to terrorism, but this auditor fires back with history and hard questions. Watch till the end to see how exposed that officer really gets.
You alright?
I'm good, thank you.
What are you filming for?
Pardon?
What are you filming for?
For my own purpose.
What purpose is that?
My own.
Pardon?
My own.
Right, okay. I'll come out and speak.
Do I need a purpose to film?
Huh?
Do I need a purpose to film?
Well, normally you do.
No, I don't.
But they're trying to get out.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself?
Show the numbers there. 1171 NA.
If you could actually say what the numbers are, please. Not
Yep.
everyone can actually read them.
1171 NA. No
Thank
worries.
you.
So what's the purpose of filming today?
For my own purpose.
Yeah, what's the purpose?
My own purpose.
Just what's the purpose?
Because I want to film.
Okay. Obviously, when we see people filming outside, we get a little bit worried.
Yes.
There's terrorism, things like that.
Okay, so
That's
you're calling
why
me
we
a
asked.
terrorist?
I'm asking your purpose.
Okay, well then can you tell me then the last time when a police station was actually hit by a terrorist?
Well, that's not the point.
Okay, yes it is the point, because it's predominantly, okay, it will be the public that will get hit by terrorists, not the police.
I think that's incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. You've only got to look at past events, okay, and you will actually see that.
Okay.
And then when you look at the last
PCP
police
Farmer.
station, the last police station that actually
About
got hit by a
PCP
bomb,
Farmer.
okay, was in
That got stabbed by a
1972.
terrorist. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that was a stabbing.
Yeah, that's a terrorist act.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, if that's the case, then should we then talk about a certain officer that killed a young woman when he
That
was
wasn't
in
a terrorist
uniform?
act.
No, but that was a member of the
Correct.
police. That was a member of the police. Okay, that actually killed a member of the public.
Right.
Okay.
So what's the point of that and terrorism?
because
Today we're going to watch a simple question explode into a rights battle. The officer wants a purpose for filming and leans on the word terrorism, but the auditor refuses to play along. He drags in history, police wrongdoing, and the last time a station was attacked, framing himself as a lawful observer and the officer as someone trying to control a narrative he does not own. Right from the very start of this encounter.
it's my right. Okay.
I'm not saying it's
to
not your
film,
right, but I'm asking
okay.
why you're filming.
Because I can.
Yeah, but for what reason? So you've come
My
out here
own
today-
reason. My
You've
own
come out
reason.
here today-
I don't need to explain to you why I want to film.
But we're asking you why. I mean, we've got powers under the Terrorist Act.
What,
to
section
search
43?
You, to search you.
And
to
if
search
you
your
use
phone.
section 43, okay, it will be unlawful for one,
For why?
okay,
Why is
because
that?
it's my lawful right.
Right.
And if you actually read the actual memo that got sent by the IOPCC,
Okay.
IOPCC, sorry, back in 2020, right, it will actually state that people can actually film a police station,
Yeah.
okay, police staff, police vehicles, okay, and section 43 should not be used, okay, in
But
that
what about
actual
hostile
event.
reconnaissance? What about that?
Okay.
What
Do
if we see you filming outside a police station?
Okay, well
and it
then,
could be
well
viewed
then,
as
let me put
hostile
it to you this way.
reconnaissance?
I'll put it very bluntly. Okay, if you believe, okay, that it is, okay, then if you contact the counter-terrorism
Well, we haven't
squad.
got time for that. If it's
Well, no.
terrorism,
If
then
you
we haven't
believe
got
that,
time
if
for
you,
that.
well, I'm just standing here.
Right.
Okay, if
What
you
do you think
believe
terrorists do?
that, okay, then you contact them.
Well, no.
Okay, but
so
also
I'm
as well,
looking
what are
at
your
that.
reasonable grounds? What
Right,
are your
so you're
reasonable
outside,
grounds?
So you've waited for a van to come out. How do I know you're not going to run in when you're filming a police station? What for? It could be for the exit.
Well, this is a
Could be
public
for the
footpath.
entrances.
This is a public
But you ain't-
footpath.
That's not public.
It makes no difference. I
That's
can film.
private.
I can film.
Yeah, so we've come out. We're asking
Hang on, you
why.
say that that's private, okay? That is owned by the public.
But it's
Okay.
private. You need a pass to get in.
Who's going
It's
in?
not
I'm not getting in.
public ground.
I'm not getting in.
So I've asked you.
You made a
why
presumption
are you-
that I may
why-
go in.
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay, you
We
made a
can't-
presumption.
We can't take that chance because
Yeah, I know.
apparently terrorists don't attack us. They do. I
Okay.
just gave you an example, haven't I? A few
Yeah,
years ago.
and then should we then talk about?
In this part, the mood tightens as the officer hints at using Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. The auditor calmly counters with guidance that clearly allows filming police buildings, exposing how shaky that threat really is. From a neutral vantage point, you can see him dismantle the idea that standing on a public path with a camera somehow turns you into a suspect, and he keeps pressing that logic until it sounds absurd and overreaching.
Actual people then that get abused by the police on a daily basis.
Is that what you're filming for?
Okay.
Are you seeing if police are abusing people within the custody?
Well, yeah, you tried to say about using Section 43, okay, and that would have been an abuse of power.
Well, it's not an abuse of
You
power.
use,
You're
you said the
filming
Terrorism
a
Act,
police
yeah,
building,
which is a completely
which
lawful
could be seen
activity.
as
It's a
hostile
completely
reconnaissance.
lawful activity.
Right. But
It's
it
a
could be
lawful
seen-
activity.
You're not letting me speak.
It makes no difference.
Well,
Good afternoon.
hello, have you spoken to one of our colleagues earlier?
I've spoken to several of your colleagues.
At the police station, yeah?
Yeah.
That is in out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Could you identify yourself for
Yes,
me, please?
PC McKenna, 1263.
Thank you very much.
Why do you get so anti when police come and speak to you?
I'm not anti.
Surely it's a good thing.
No, I've had
protective of
several
our
good interactions here today.
Right.
Okay, with 3 other officers. I've had
Okay.
some really nice interactions with them.
Okay. So they're
Right,
saying this isn't
and
a
not
nice
one,
interaction.
not one of them even attempted to bring up to do with terrorists.
Well, the first thing
not
I see
one of
when
them.
people come outside a police building and start filming, that's the first thing I see. That's what I think. That's it.
Well, then you need to actually rethink your actual mindset, okay?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, you do, okay? And when you see a member of the public, whether or not they're filming or not, okay, maybe if you actually approach and said, can I help you, okay, like you did when you stuck your head out the van,
I did.
okay, but then it should be, okay, is there anything else I can do for you, whatever, okay? I should be allowed to carry on and do what I'm lawfully allowed to
I've
do,
allowed you to. You've been filming me for ages.
okay,
So I've allowed you to.
okay? Well, it's not about you allowing me to.
You've just told me to allow you to.
It's not about you allowing me to. It's something that I'm rightfully within my rights to do so.
Right, okay. You've just told me to allow you to. I have for about 10 minutes now. So.
Okay.
What's your first name?
I won't give my name.
Okay. What are you auditing? Just out of interest.
Pardon?
You're auditing, right?
I am,
What
correct.
Are you auditing?
A public building, okay, and a public service.
What is it? Just the amount of police officers that come out, or the vehicles? Or
No, just whatever I can see. Just whatever I can see. Whether or not a vehicle comes out, okay, an officer comes out, makes no difference. I'll film whatever I can see.
Is it just police stations you do, or do you go into any other?
Any public service.
So like a library? Would you go to a
Okay,
library?
yep.
Fire brigade?
Yep.
Okay. I'm literally just
Yeah, no,
scoping.
it's anything that the public. It's anything that the public pay for.
And what
Okay,
do you do
that's a
with
public
that
service.
information?
It all depends. It all depends.
On what you see?
Yeah, I use it for my own personal interest.
Okay. And how many hours do you put in a week, would you say?
That's
doing that?
irrelevant to how many hours I put in.
Oh. Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it, yeah.
Here we see a new officer step in and the dynamic shift. She wants to know why he sounds defensive, while he explains he's already had polite contacts that never mentioned terrorism even once. As an outside observer, you see him define himself as an auditor of public services, filming anything taxpayers fund, while they wrestle with the discomfort of being documented without controlling how that footage is later used at all in the public domain.
So, because at the moment, and especially with the Met, and then even then if you look at homicide police, okay, there is a massive divide between the public and the police. There is a massive divide, okay, and that divide is something that needs to be closed because we need a police force without any shadow of doubt. It's very important that we have one.
Yeah, it's a good relationship.
Okay.
That's why initially PCSOs were introduced.
Yeah, but then now there's loads of mixed views to do with that, okay, whether or not that was the actual right thing or was it actually about actually trying to get trained officers in.
What do you mean?
Trained officers.
Well, no,
they're civil, weren't they? But
yeah, okay,
I used to
they're
hate it.
they're not in the same level as you guys as constables.
No.
They're not in the same level.
They don't have the same powers.
Yeah.
Correct.
as such. Yeah, it's not that there's-
Okay.
They've got their own job. It's not the same level. It's just that they don't.
Yeah, they've been
have
put
the same
in
powers. The bridge.
as a replacement, okay, to what used to be the whole old home beat officers, okay, where they go out onto different estates.
That's-
okay,
you've
and try and
got them. You've got
engage.
safer neighbourhoods, haven't you?
Yeah.
So then you've got the PCSOs that attach to the safer neighbourhoods. The majority of them, not all of them, obviously, and they're trying to bridge that gap. So is that what you're trying to, look into then?
Well, yeah, it's to see how the police actually feel, okay, to do with it, and that's why I said I've had some good interactions where an officer came out to me. He turned around and went, "You're all in." I went, "Yes,"
Do you,
and then
do you understand why we come up and question you?
yeah,
There's
but
a lot of people that, as you've already said, there's a lot of people that really don't like us.
yep, I welcome any interaction. But as soon as try and say about the Terrorist Act, okay, and all the rest of it, okay, then that is when, okay, it won't go down the same line as what a normal civil conversation would have
But
been.
that's what we're trying to notice, and that's what it is linked with, because people gathering information from police buildings, and then they use that information and unfortunately become quite destructive.
Well,
and
any
confusing.
place really. It could be a tube station, train station.
Now the conversation zooms out to the bigger picture trust. The auditor talks about a massive divide between the public and police, saying it must be closed even though we clearly need a police force. They debate PCSO's neighborhood roles and hostile reconnaissance, while he points out that almost everything he films is already visible on Google Earth, making the real issue how officers behave when someone records them closely and critically.
Well, just remember, everything that I'm filming now, okay, can also be seen on Google Earth.
Right.
Okay, the only difference is the actual interaction, okay, between myself and officers, because I can see the whole police station and everything from Google Earth.
But
You'll be
Okay,
able to see how
many people come in and out, what times
that's
the people
obviously
come in
what
and
we're
out.
doing our job. I'm curious. Just to,
I
to know what
don't
you're
care
doing.
how many officers go in and out. I don't care what times they go in and out.
Okay.
I'm not here for that.
But when I came out, straight away I said, oh, what are you doing? And you didn't want to tell me. But if you just said, I do an audit, I do it on all public buildings, then it would have been...
But I don't have to
interaction, wouldn't it?
justify what I'm doing.
But I'm asking you a question. Just
Yes.
like if we walked past in the street and you wanted to ask me a question,
Yeah.
I'd answer it.
And I said, what did I turn around and say to you what I was doing?
A purpose.
Okay,
That's it.
for my own interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you didn't say
Okay.
your own interest. You said a purpose.
Yeah, my own purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you look at it, my own purpose is my own business.
Right.
Okay, and if I don't wish to tell you what that business is, I do not have to tell you what that business is.
Okay, but when you're videoing places like this, you
Yeah.
can't like get all angsty when people come and
Okay,
ask you,
so then,
'cause it's our job
so
to
then,
come and ask and
so
make sure
then,
it's safe.
so then, do you go up to everybody then that's filming Buckingham Palace, okay, and 10 Downing Street,
That's not my
okay,
job
and
to do
stop
that.
them all?
That's not my job
Okay,
to do that.
do you go round to every single place, like even then when you look at the Olympic Park, okay, that's not far from here, even then when you look at that, okay, do you walk up to everyone that's got a camera?
It's not my job again,
Okay,
is it?
do you walk up to everyone
But
who
this
you
is
can
just-
see with a
this is just
phone?
a normal police station, isn't it?
Yep, and this
So
is
we've
just,
come out,
and
you're
I'm just a
stood near
normal
the
member of the
gates.
public with a phone.
The first thought is, well, why is he filming? And that's what's come last year.
Okay, so, and that's why I said to you that instead of actually doing it exactly as you done, okay, and you've been very polite and very professional, and I will say that, and that's how a conversation should be fully conducted, exactly how it was with the other officers that I spoke to previously.
In this segment, the clash becomes about autonomy and explanation. The officer thinks all of this could have been avoided if he had just said he was doing an audit, but he insists his purpose is private and he has no duty to justify it. From a third-party view, his challenge about Buckingham Palace and Downing Street exposes a double standard in how casual filming is treated depending on who is behind the camera that day and why it matters.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day? You're going to carry on monitoring?
I have no idea yet. I have no idea. I
Just
just
so you
take
know
it.
that
I just
obviously-
take it stage by stage.
I only know because I've spoken to the officers that stopped you earlier. If you continue to film, probably more officers are going to ask you what you're doing.
And that's fine. That's fine. And I welcome any interaction.
Well, you didn't really welcome mine, but no worries.
Well, maybe you should look at the way that you actually approach first.
But you said I was fine in the van. and
Okay,
you said
yeah,
I was
and
just
it was
gonna
when you
jump
got
the
out, and it was when you got out, your tone changed.
Right. You
Okay.
said it was when I mentioned the Terrorism Act,
Okay.
which was a good 10 minutes
Yeah.
into the conversation.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. The camera footage will actually show that. Also, as well, you didn't have that on straight away.
Well, it
Okay.
starts recording before I
Okay.
turn it on.
And just make sure, okay, that does actually get kept because I will be requesting a copy of that.
For a policing purpose, it can get kept. So I
Okay.
have to justify why I've kept.
No,
Yes, I do.
once I put in a request, okay, I had 30 days before it is actually deleted.
Correct.
Okay,
So if you
and
put a
it's in that
request in, I'll
time.
give it you.
Okay, and it's in that time that I will request a copy of it.
Okay, that's
And that's
fine.
why I said, okay,
But
please
other
make
than
sure.
a policing purpose, we can't save our body.
Okay.
It has to be for a policing purpose.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
And this is a policing purpose.
What's the purpose?
Okay, because we're having an interaction. Okay, and if you actually look, or even on the Met's own website, okay,
We don't record every interaction.
I know you don't, but you are recording this interaction.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's why I said I will request a copy of
No
it.
problem. But like I said, I can't save it unless it's for a policing
Yeah.
purpose, which is fine.
With staff there.
Alright?
Or
Yep, no
you
worries.
can call up 101, which I write on here, and you can say, I would like to make a complaint about this. Okay? Do you want to just find the
Here the focus turns to evidence and complaints. The auditor reminds her that body-worn video is running and firmly states he has 30 days to request it before deletion. Watching from the outside, you see him convert a tense encounter into a formal record, arguing that this very interaction is a policing purpose. She leans on policy language while he quietly secures leverage for any future challenge or misconduct claim he might bring.
And they will be able to make a complaint for you on the phone. They'll be able to sort it out. Okay, if someone contacts you.
You are talking about on the telephone? Or
Yeah. So if you call up on your phone 101 and just say, I'd like to make a complaint to the police.
So a question, what are you auditing now by just filming me listening to this?
I'm not listening to him.
No, me listening to him. I am.
Okay.
So I'm asking, like, what's the purpose of you
There's no
filming me
actual,
just to...
like, work in front office.
Just curious, like, I'm just curious, like.
Because you're an officer on duty, okay, looking very unprofessional with your hands tucked in your actual body warmer.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're not allowed to put our hands in our pockets.
Yeah, I know. Well, that looks even worse.
But we're
That
not
looks
allowed-
even worse.
That's fine, but we're allowed to do
Okay.
this. We're
Yeah, I
not allowed
know,
to
but
put our hands
it
in our
looks a lot
pockets.
worse. Trust me, it looks a lot worse.
Okay, that's fine, but we've got rules. I'm not allowed to put my hands in my pockets.
Okay.
They're a lot more accessible from here compared to down here.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of rules that are there. Okay, i.e. to do with the way that you also identify as well. Okay. It's like where you first actually just sort of dipped your shoulder and then pointed at your actual
But
number.
if you listen to the thing, I say that's my number 1171NA, and then you say, can you actually say it?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You did not say your number,
I did.
okay?
You
No,
can
you
watch
did
back.
not.
That's
I
fine.
actually asked for your number.
But I'd already said it once.
No, you hadn't.
Okay, we can watch that back later, no worries. I mean, you've got it all on camera, so I wouldn't lie, would I? I said it, that's my number, 1171NA. And you said, can you say it so people can't hear it? Fair
Yeah.
enough. But I'd already said it.
If you had said it, I would have heard it.
Alright, that's no problem. So the reason you're recording me is because I've got my hands in my neck vest. That's correct, yeah?
Well, I'm standing in public.
No, I'm just asking
I'm
what's
filming
the
in public.
purpose of filming me just stood. That's all.
Well, you're still here with me, okay? So I'm still filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Have a good day. Take care.
Finally, the tone edges into critique of professionalism and image. He calls out her stance, saying hands wedged in a body warmer looks bad on camera, and revisits how she identified herself. She defends the rules while he continues filming, showing how the power over perception has shifted and now sits with the auditor. If you've watched this far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.